Grazie, signore.
You have to be joyful as Catholics.
Subscribe to this channel and share this video.
And true humility is difficult.
Women who should be taking care of their home are on chat rooms.
Handouts.
That's dumb. It's just stupid.
Go away!
That is right. We are the Hypocrisy Police, the Anti-Trad Squad, Chad. And today we need to set a little story up. So our mortal friend, our friendly enemy, Mike Pantile, he's making a little laugh about something. And we don't think this laugh is very funny. We think this laugh is kind of stupid. So he says, the faces of Trad Inc. Wow, what a great take, Mike Pantile. And Rob is like, wow, this Pantile guy, he cooked, guys, he cooked with this, like, this thing he did. So I thought, to start off, maybe we should watch Pantile's cooking and just see if there happens to be any hypocrisy. Yes. We need more Forrest? No one needs more Forrest. Have you seen Forrest's content lately? He's re-uploading old clips from 10 years ago and getting 30 views. It's embarrassing. Unbelievable. Here we go.
You get these red pill dudes that act like FAGs, and then
he can't even say the word. I'm tough. I'm manly. I don't let women tell me what to do. FAG, like, I don't want to say the word. By the way, that word's going to come up later when Michael Matt says that word. What? No way. No way Michael Matt could say that word. But he does. But, I mean, okay, let's start from the beginning, right? Tough man Mike Pantile bench presses 300 pounds, deadlifts 800 pounds, but he can't say the word fag. Oh my goodness, it might be bad for business because it's all about the money.
you get these red pill dudes that act like FAGs, and then on the other side you get these Thomist dudes that are looking for Thomist women. You're like, what's wrong with you, bro? What is actually wrong with you? Go find any kind of woman who's attractive, who's like not, you know, a purple-haired feminist, who's not vehemently opposed to Christ, and you will convert full-haired feminist, full-haired feminist, full-haired feminist, full-haired feminist, full-haired feminist, full-haired feminist, full-haired feminist.
Wait, Rob's married to a purple-haired feminist. Wait, why was it that when Mike Pantile says don't do it to a purple-haired feminist, and Rob's married to a purple-haired feminist, it's okay? He cooked with it. Does Rob enjoy making fun of his own wife publicly? That's the manosphere. They're making fun of my wife. Please make fun of my wife. I hate my wife. Make fun of her. But that's what we call a little bit of the old That's right. She's a beautiful lady made in the image and likeness of God. But oh no, we gotta make fun of her. Welcome to the show, episode 25 of the Stede Picante Show, where we review and resist idiots. Today we have Mike Pantile, because why not? And we have some Kennedy Hall and some Michael Matt. This should take at least an hour and a half, and I hope the caffeine and carbs hold out. Don't put that on repeat. So here we go. This is from an episode. Present the screen. Present the screen. My story, why I'm here, from the red pill from 2 years ago. Now, we wanted to see if Mike Pantile can only do content where he's talking about his past drug use and alcohol, and he's depressed and he wants to have feelings of ending everything. If that's the only kind of content that Mike Pantile can do. So we thought we'd go back from 2 years ago and see what he comes up with. My father wounds, therefore I did drugs. Again, why are trads so predictable? Please, I have an injury in my life. Let me make money off of it and tell you about it for the next 2 years.
Not having a father, and so my father was never really there. He kind of treated me more like a friend. But I had no shortage of issues as a result of this growing up. So a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, suicidal ideation, substance abuse early on, namely alcohol. I dropped out of high school in grade 10.
Wait, so because because his dad wasn't there for him, he wanted to die. Are you sure that's just not a Mike Pantile problem? Because I know a lot of people, most people I've ever talked to. I mean, most people that don't have excellent relationship with their father think that there's no point in even being alive. That's what you're supposed to get out of this. Why are you even alive unless you have an excellent relationship with your father? Everything in your life is someone else's fault. Just remember that. Did you know it was someone else's fault that Pantile decided to get to 300 pounds? Who even does that? Well, Mike Pantile does.
I remember bulking up to 300 plus pounds. I got out of a really bad relationship and I discovered the gym back in the winter of 2012, I believe. So it's been over 10 years I've been training now. And so I really fell in love with powerlifting early on. So I met a coach, bulked up to over 300 pounds.
Yeah, he met a coach and bulked up to 300 pounds of pure body fat. Get that power belly. And it turns out that Mike Pantile sucked at powerlifting. He actually didn't suck. He was just, only lifting 700 pounds. Rookie numbers in powerlifting because they all take drugs and are extremely emotionally fragile.
Like I said, I've always been chubby, but now I was like legitimately obese, overweight. And did a couple of powerlifting meets and then quickly realized I was a very mediocre heavyweight powerlifter.
Exactly. That was in 2014, but Mike Pantile is still a loser and is still talking about my dad wounds, therefore I've got to end everything and I might have demons living in every single cupboard. Unbelievable. This is Trad Inc., by the way.
I was a believer, but I was very much a lukewarm believer. So couple this red pill knowledge with being now the lean, jacked guy, I essentially pursued a life of just degeneracy and promiscuity.
He pursued a life of what? A life of voice of reason. That is correct. Mike Pantile, the original voice of reason, now a main figure of Trad Inc. Unbelievable. This is the amazing thing that Trad Inc. can do for your career. Are you a bad voice of reason type of person? Just say you had an experience and you changed. Money. This is what we are talking about. So in 2020, instead of settling down, Pantile went on another self-destructive streak. I'm telling you, if you can't destroy your life, you don't belong in Trad Inc.
Destroy my life through more promiscuity, more substance abuse, more degeneracy, right? Because that was the high value life I was taught. This is what you do, right?
Yes, that's the high value life because of the red pill and stupid men trying to burn out in a blaze of glory and drugs. Now, Mike Pantile brought into or had bought into the toxic manosphere red pill. We're just like, man, I'm a man. I'm a man. Something which he still has today. That's also a part of Trad Inc., the toxic red pill from the manosphere. Don't you just love men, by the way? Like men are like, oh, what is this new area of influence? Oh, man, I'm a man. Oh, man. It's like the man verse, the man world. Like, yeah, oh man.
We're seeing the red pill fragment. We're seeing the manosphere splinter apart, because when you base the foundation of a movement on degeneracy and fornication and promiscuity and materialism.
Wait, fornication? Like voice of reason? You mean Mike Pantile is the same person as the voice of reason, except he didn't get caught? That's the difference. That is the difference between Trad Inc. and Catholic Inc. You just don't get caught and you get free Catholic Inc. Told you, this is the first video on his YouTube channel, and he's like, hey guys, I was like the voice of reason, and I was like really reason about it and stuff, and then I was like, why don't I do more drugs? Maybe I'm a Catholic content creator now. It was like, yeah, man, 800 views. That's way to go, Mr. Pantile.
Basically worshiping yourself, worshiping oneself.
Can I be completely honest with you? I was worshiping my own self. Number 2. 3 things modern men don't want to hear. You know, he's got an only builder's page. What Mike Pantile has is I'll coach you through your years of promiscuity and fornication, and no one will ever find out because I have nailed the system down, unlike Voice of Reason. Another video. An only Pelican page. I like it. Have you heard that Pantile was a ladies' man and that he was a very naughty boy? Just like Voice of Reason. Yes, views. That's why. What?
I look back. I have a very promiscuous past. You know, I'm very
Good night, David Ross. Good night.
Open about it. I don't feel good about it.
I'm very open about my promiscuous past. I was very promiscuous, like Voice of Reason. I was there doing all the things. But Voice of Reason gets canceled. Mike Pantile's Trad Inc. Make it make sense. That is right. Trad Inc. is there to bring back the sinners into the money as long as they kiss the feet of Anthony Abate, the new kingmaker. You know, he's really the capo for the kingmaker, but you know.
And this is why I talk about it so much, because it's such a popular topic, right? It's such a hot button thing.
Yes, it is a hot button thing. What bad things I did? Pantile has been on drugs. What? No way. A Trad Inc. content creator is a druggie? I couldn't tell from all the tattoos.
You see this whole culture, this whole population of people that are on SSRI drugs. And listen, I've been on many as a youngster because I was...
For context, those are antidepressants.
You know, anxious, depressed, all of this stuff. But when I look back, I was abusing drugs. I was abusing alcohol.
How about some cheap dopamine? We need to make a little comment about all the cheap dopamine. I've been making videos for years crashing out about your past evil life where your demons were controlling you. But now, expressing all of this, why? Could it be more dopamine? Yes, that is right. Trad Inc. is the dopamine center of Catholicism. That is what we are here to tell you. I was raped by a pelican. Want me here to read from the KGB by Nicovadas.
Of course you're going to be depressed. Because what do you believe in then? We are built for infinity. We are built for worship. And what we worship, we got to be very careful about. Because if we don't worship God, we end up worshiping something on this earth.
Wait, that was it? I think my clips sometimes get a little messed up. Anyway, yes, we have to worship something. I worship the dopamine of talking about how many drugs I used to do. We have 10 clips and we're already on clip 3. This is cruising. The bad word is killing your masculinity. Oh no. Let's hope I actually edited all the bad words out. If you can't get addicted to it, Pantile has been addicted to it. Free your manhood from non-addicted states to an addicted state. That way you can have a career in Trad Inc., claiming you're clean from 10 years of addiction. Unbelievable.
This is how much it subdues your spirit. Because if it physically prevents you from expressing your manhood, what is it doing on a psychological and spiritual level?
What is it doing on a psychological and spiritual level? That's what we are wondering. We are wondering, is his mind completely fried? Is the dopamine in his head completely washed up? Has everything just been lost to the dogs? Or should we say the wolf pack? That is the question we need to know. We need to know if Mike Pantile is reliving 10 years of substance abuse to this very day, and that's his content. Every single week, hey guys, hey, stop doing substance abuse. Next week, hey guys, do you remember when I used to do substance abuse? Followed by, hey guys, stop doing substance abuse. Followed by, hey, stop doing substance abuse. Man. His little brother's t-shirt maxing. Oh, that's true. Now Pantile is doing a video is like him going to a bar, and I'm not talking about my problems. I'm just kind of saying it.
That's like you staying on your normal social media feed is like an alcoholic going to the bar and thinking that he can just go there.
You staying on your normal social media feed is like an alcoholic going to a bar and thinking he can go without getting a drink.
And not have a drink.
Have we talked about people who make content for the express purpose of a dopamine hit because they love to express their inner demons? How is this different? I mean, have we mentioned depression? Crippling depression? Life-destroying anxiety? What? Hi, everyone. I've made all the wrong choices all my life. Do you want some advice? Mike Pantile? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No, he's actually in his kitchen. He has this fabulous kitchen. It's pretty amazing.
You know, exercising and fitness and lifting weights, all of those things seriously, sincerely helped me quit. And above all, the foundation to why I wanted to quit was not just the depression and anxiety that came with it, was that
he wanted to quit not just because he was depressed and anxious and his life had fallen apart and he was doing drugs. Well, why did you want to quit? Because of God?
God is looking at my every move.
Now, I do agree with that it is really embarrassing as a man to be Mike Pantile. I agree with that. And God is still wondering why you are telling everyone all of your sins. Hey, guys, I know I confessed my sins and I don't live with them anymore, but I want to tell you about them. I want to tell you about all the trend I took and how it completely destroyed my mind and made me eat to 300 pounds. Oh, okay, yeah. Why is Pantile? Yeah, his fish layer is terrible. I don't think this is the video in it. Where is it? But he's got a really nice kitchen. He's got a cutting board behind the stove, which I don't understand, but you know. All right, now we're on our last Mike Pantile video. Stop complaining about bad word if you're a bad word maker. Unbelievable. Only complain about drugs and anxiety and promiscuity. You know, the normal stuff. From July 19th, 2023. if you are a man.
If you're a man and complain that there are too many hoes in this world,
If you're a man and complain there's too many hoes in this world, yo, man, I'm a complaining about these hoes. Who says this in a video? Anyway, like who's the audience? I think his audience is trad men who are hoes, just like himself, Mike Pantile, the ultimate trad hoe from Trad Inc. Or is he just talking about his past sins again? Is everything just Mike Pantile? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I know. I'll make a video, and I won't tell anybody this. But the video's about me talking to myself 10 years ago not to do exactly what I did.
then you, my friend, are the worst kind of hypocrite, because you know what you are? You are a hoe maker.
He's a homemaker. If you're a bad promiscuous fornicator, you're a homemaker, just like Mike Pantile. And that's why Nick Cavazos can't get married, because of Mike Pantile.
Let me say that again. You are a hoe maker.
Wait, do you think that it's a fake kitchen? Like, he literally at this point in time had a job cleaning out other people's kitchens, and then he was a housekeeper like me, and he cleans out other people's stuff, and then he just make videos in other people's houses. It's insane how much these guys whore themselves up for money and attention. Guess their wives aren't good enough for them. Christine, men need more than one woman. We need an audience of women and men. Hundreds of thousands are not enough for that. Just how manly us men are. You wouldn't understand. Oh. There are too many rakes in this world. The pretender calls out the other men pretending. That's right.
So many men want to talk about doing hard things and being leaders and being alpha males and being high value men. But when it comes to upholding the same standard that you project onto women, you can't.
What standard is that? Wearing t-shirts? Very clingy t-shirts? By the way, these standards, what they're actually talking about is hoeing around. Why we're talking about this, I have no idea. But he's talking to those red-pilled men, those manly men who are red-pilled. In other words, like losers who are very promiscuous and fornicators. Okay. If you're a degenerate man, you don't deserve a chaste woman. Do grifting men deserve money? Do they deserve to call themselves Trad Inc? Pantile, the faces of Trad Inc. Pantile says he's a face of Trad Inc. What? No way.
You have no right to expect chastity from a woman if you are not chaste yourself. Because let me tell you something, man. Degenerate men don't deserve chaste women.
I agree with this, but except for I don't know that anyone deserves anything. Like, I was chaste. Now all the women I talk to, I can only talk to chaste women. I'm like, really chaste over here. So, you're not good enough to talk to me because I deserve what I put out in the world. Like, if life was about getting what we deserved, shouldn't you have overdosed on drugs by now? Like what is the point? Like, I hate this deserve thing. I hated how many wars there are in this world. But then I realized I was a war maker. Sage advice. Wisdom from Phil. Oh, let me be honest with you. I don't see you as a grifter. I see you as a trad grifter. Let's continue on. Is Pantile describing the red pill or Taylor Marshall?
These men are so selfish and so egotistical and so, kneeling at the altar of the worship of self.
Yeah, most men do worship at the altar of self. That's why we need women, so we can worship at the altar of something else. Anyway, in this clip, Pantile says, men seduce women and prey on broken women. But aren't we all a little broken? Like, oh, I know that woman has a bad relationship with their father. Oh, I have a bad relationship with father. Where's drugs? I need alcohol. My anxiety and depression. The depression is coming back. Oh, I need to prey on a woman. It's like, what, bro? Do you even hear yourself? I love this so much.
That they need games, they need coercion, they need deception, they need to manipulate women into being with them. And
most women don't really need to be coerced. You just kind of like smile and you just kind of get along with them, and then they just follow you around, right? Isn't that how it works? Like, what is it? I am masterminding women. She will never be able to resist me because I know her father wounds. What? Like, what? What?
they get damaged women that come from broken homes, women that don't have good relationships with their own fathers.
Yes, the father wounds. If enough men say no to sin, they wouldn't be able to sell online life coaching. So where would Mike be? Like, doesn't Mike understand? Selling online life coaching to stop people to sin is getting rid of his own job. He needs them to have traumatically terrible lives. He needs them to have father wounds or else he can't make money.
I come at women hard with a lot of my messaging, but I come at men even harder because it's up to us to uphold a higher standard.
Yeah.
It's up to us to lead the charge, because if enough of us, and this is the reality of it, if enough of us said no.
Oh, yeah. If the men were just men, then there would be no more sin. There would be no more father wounds, no more broken women, no more unchaste women in the whole world. They would just all be good. In this clip, I just noticed Mike Patel's a really nice background kitchen home thing.
There's a whole message behind this channel, the podcast that I co-host, is that if we can fix men, if we can make men more virtuous again, if we can fix the home, we can fix society.
What? No one has ever said these words before. If we can fix one part, then everything just gets fixed. But like, if we just fix the home, then like all the popes will be Orthodox. Did you know that? That's all we have to do. We just fix this one thing. That's how life works. Is he new to life? Has he had a family before? Shh, candlesticks. Shh, don't talk like that. Oh. Our prognostication is Mike Pantile cannot make content without referring to his past life of depression, of anxiety, of death-defying deadness inside himself as he struggles with his father wounds and tells everyone about them. Which is also why Mike Pantile sells life coaching. That's right. Life coaching. Do you need to be coached at life? How to eat in the morning, how to use the toothbrush. Mike Pantile is there for you to do those things that your father could never do for you. Mike Pantile wants to be your dad and to hear all of your father wounds that he has. This offer is an exclusive of seripicante.com. Oh, yes. Oh. Okay. On to part 2 of the show. He's like 190 pounds, something 200 pounds. He's I guess midweight. I don't know. Did you know what the best gift you can give this year is? That's right.
Good day, my friends. It's good to see you again. I want to make a special appeal to you right now about something that I've been working on with some of my friends and colleagues for months. I'm talking about Pelican Plus.
Really? Kennedy knows how to code? When did this happen? When did Candy become the great coder and website maker? Please note that this platform is Catholic. Kind of like how driving on the right side of the road is Catholic and the left side is clearly demonic. Like, I don't know anybody who thinks other than me, like the way I think of life, that's the only way life is. That's the trad way.
A few months ago, friends
I know, right? Kennedy is learning Java.
and I, we decided to start a Catholic media
Oh
platform.
yes. So this point in the stream is actually part of a Salacast knockoff stream, but I didn't get to do it on my stream, and I wanted to cover it on my stream because this whole episode is about Trad Inc. And this actually ties into Pantile's grifting, so that's why it's on this stream as well. Yes, a Catholic platform. Now, Lefebvre said that the tradition was the faith being handed down generation to generation, man to man, shoulder to shoulder, dust to dust. Now, tradition is you can pay for a subscription service. Therefore, you have tradition. Isn't that wonderful? We don't even need the church anymore. We can just, I have tradition. What? No way. No way. That's right.
Bring people to Catholic tradition. So we created Pelican Plus, and it's grown beyond our wildest dreams.
I had to stop there. We created this Pious Pelican Plus thing to get tradition to everyone. And this thing is growing. It's like a cancerous tumor, growing, metastasizing everywhere beyond our wildest dreams. Which is 20 people or 30 people? How many people did they need? Because they were advertising this for 3 weeks. And they advertised it before a little bit. And they had multiple places talking about, oh yeah, join this, join the founder program. They must have imagined, yes, half of their current number of people paying for them on Patreon would have joined.
But I know that a lot of you out there might be skeptical about using a platform such as this one. You're used to YouTube, you're used to Twitter, and you've become accustomed to those things. And you're thinking to yourself,
don't you just love it when people who are bad with technology tell you, why are you doing what you're doing? Like, let me see. I use YouTube because YouTube has everyone on it. I use Twitter because Twitter has most of the people on it that I want to talk about. I use Pelican Plus because that has 5 people, 6 people on it. Do you know Olive Taylor Marshall isn't on Pious Pelican Plus? It's on YouTube. He's the biggest Catholic show in the world. He's bigger than all the content creators on Pious Pelican Plus. So why would I go to a non-big place, to a small place, when a boomer tells me, oh, you're stupid if you don't so buy my product? Yes, my product is really good. It replaces you being on YouTube. As if I didn't know why I was on YouTube. Oh, okay.
Well,
he has a very long beard, and its shape is entirely weird.
Well, using technology properly is something that we all struggle with.
Yes, using technology like editing in B footage that you got off a website is really hard to do. So you should only use the technology that gives me money. It's got to be for me. Yes, that's why you should get a Pious Pelican Plus, because you're stupid and I'm smart. Welcome to Trad Inc.
Or you love what you...
Majorian is one of the biggest strugglers with technology. He turns on the computer and he's like, what is this? What am I doing? Where do I go with this? That's why Majorian needs Pious Pelican Plus for adults. I don't know. What rhymes with P? I mean, start.
To find on YouTube when it comes to finding Catholic content creators. But then you also get, sucked into the matrix and you start scrolling and watching things that, even if they're not immoral, They're just time wasters. They're not doing anything for you.
Who says what's time wasting? Do you know that Sadie Picante spent the entire week, instead of prepping for the show, watching Breaking Bad clips? Now he's like, oh my goodness, I love this show. I've never even seen a single episode of it. What is a time waster? Maybe making a platform and copy pasting everyone else's content onto your platform you put behind a paywall is the ultimate time waster. Maybe get a real job that makes a lot of money. Then you wouldn't have to have this time wasting thing because you'd have a lot of money, so you could just waste it. Anyway, do you take the same attitude of talking to your children, this time wasting? Because half of your conversations with your children are just time wasting. We just enjoy it. Human beings enjoy it. I recently watched a whole video stream on how a steam engine works. By the way, there are these videos on YouTube that show you that you're an idiot and you could never do tons of stuff. And it's fascinating because all of a sudden I realized how stupid I am. Hey, how does a steam engine work? The thing moves the thing into the other thing that gets hot, and then like the air comes up, and then it moves into the thing in a circle, and then it transfers stuff. That's what I got out of it. I'm retarded, and I learned this from watching YouTube. Incredible.
And because of this, your prayer life suffers, your devotional life suffers. You know the drill. You're a normal person like me, and you've had to deal with this.
Yes. Wait, Kennedy Hall can't watch YouTube without watching too much. Therefore, my prayer life suffers. I get my prayers said in the afternoon because I know at night I'm going to watch YouTube. My dad does the same thing. My dad watches tons of YouTube at night. So we pray before we watch YouTube. Unbelievable. You can just pray before you watch YouTube, and then your prayers are already said, and then you watch. Unbelievable. We need Pious Pelican Plus to tell us when to pray. It's got a 50-minute timer. You've been watching 15 minutes of Peter Kwasniewski. Have you said a rosary today? Well, thank you, Pious Pelican Plus. I would have just kept watching him. Yay. I don't think they blocked me yet. You don't even need a rosary anymore. Did you know Pious Pelican Plus has a virtual rosary prayer along nun that prays with you? Unbelievable. But only at Pious Pelican Plus, because only people who don't know how rosaries work need a computer program to tell them.
We have a prayer section with hundreds of prayers, everything from your morning and evening prayers for your routine.
What? That is Nicholas Kabongos saying the litany of humility. I bet it's worth 3 times the normal man saying the litany of humility. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is the best Christmas present you could ever ask anyone to buy. They have the best and greatest. They're just the best. Nobody else in the whole world has Nicholas Carbongo saying the litany of humility, which you can find using Google and reading it yourself. Because I haven't used Twitter that much since Phil took a break during Advent, and I kind of lost interest in Twitter.
Have Dr. Peter Kwasniewski if you like that. My stuff is there if you like that. Tim Flanders is there if you like that. And others if you like that.
Yeah, that's all they have. That's about it. But give money to me, not to some faceless corporation. Yes, me. Give the money to me, not like Google. Like, you get a product with Google. With me, you're helping me pay my bills. Don't you like me?
The money that you spend on it, it is a subscription service, goes to Catholics and not to some faceless corporation that is funding everything that you hate.
Yes, Google funds everything that I hate, including Kennedy Hall. I'm so angry. In this clip, we're judging you about the things you can't possibly control. Did you know that toothpaste funds illegal tripods on Mars? You didn't think I could work in a War of the Worlds reference? My mother was watching War of the Worlds 2 days ago. I'm not sure why she's watching War of the World 2 days ago from the 1950s. I hate that movie. Anyway, yeah.
You certainly subscribe to certain things that if you follow the money, it's not going to be very pretty where it goes. Well, we can tell you, if you follow the money at Pelican, it goes to us.
Yeah. I know you have a credit card you're paying us with, and the credit card takes 3% from the merchant's fee and all, but it's not really going to them. It's all coming to me. Don't you like me? Why is this all a why is this all a popularity contest? Like, seriously, Mike Pantile sounds like a great guy, but like saying that you could get my mentorship while I'm a depressed former drug addict is kind of funny. But like, it's a personality contest. Like, who's the prettiest guy? Well, we'll get to that later. Because Michael Matt is the prettiest guy. Everything you need, priests, women, food, real estate, is on the Pelican Plus. And you can give Kennedy Hall money. What more could you ask for? The best Christmas present of all time. Give money to Kennedy Hall.
Everything you need as a Catholic is there. It's growing every single day. It's a platform that is safe for you and your family. And your money will go to support people who you want to support.
Yeah, I want to support them. Yeah, that's why I get a Patreon. Now we're on to the Pious Pelicans Founders Club. Is this the right number one? Yeah, it is.
You can either go out and make money, or you can love Jesus.
You can either make money or you can love Jesus. There's Sailacast. We already did the full breakdown on this on Sailacast, and it took over an hour to do all of these videos, so I thought I'd do a condensed version here. If you want the full version filled with cussing and John the Fool, then you can go to Sailacast. Sailacast is where you get the same show as Sede Picante, except it's not, but it kind of is. Yeah! Do you want to eat? I choose money. You can either choose to eat or you can choose to be a Christian. I would like to eat. I'm sorry if this offends people, but like, I like to eat. I choose money. Have we shamed people who have honest jobs? Helping out their family. See, what is an honest job? An honest job is when you better the life of another person. I cleaned that bathroom. So when he comes in, he's like, oh man, it's time to do the nature thing. But look, my bathroom is cleaned. Praise be. You're like, yes, I have helped a man. And Kennedy Hall's like, you can download my app and listen to me saying the litany of humility, which you could say by yourself. But you can also give me money. Does that really help someone? I think not.
And very often, many of us are forced into the secular world in everything that we do to make money and hope that we live long enough to give back and love Jesus. Anybody like that in this?
Yeah. Did you know, like, you can't give money unless you're at the end of your life and you like just had nothing the whole time? You could never like say skip a meal and put that money into a calculation and give that money to the poor. You just can't do that. No, you have to spend either everything on yourself or everything on the church.
Room.
Doesn't Dan Savigny tithe though? Don't you have to give like a chunk of money normally every month to the church? Like Sede Picante tithes. He doesn't even have a church to go to. I send it in super chats to Stephen Heiner.
To really be able to be full-time in the mission field is challenging, especially for the laity.
Yeah, it's really hard for the lay people to be full-time in ministry, because ministry is about ministering to people's spiritual needs. That's not like economical, it's spiritual. So like, shouldn't you find that difficult? Like, isn't that how it's supposed to be? Like, the priests are full-time ministers and they like eat a potato, like the Cure of Ars. He's like, I'm gonna eat a potato today. Yarr! I'm gonna just chew this potato down. And we're like, yeah, I'm having a hamburger French fries because I work. And he's like, yeah, but I'm eating this potato. You're like, oh, okay. I don't know when this just became a pirate, but like, yeah.
My generation coming into this.
Whoa, look at that gun. What is that? Nick Cavazos, you have gained 25 pounds of pure fat in your belly. How did you do this? I thought you were helping the lay people get to heaven, and instead you ate everything in your house, including your mother.
World,
Unbelievable.
it's very, very nihilistic. There's a lot of depression. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of hope.
Someone's living well. Hey guys, I'm on Patreon. I barely make enough to gain 20 pounds of pure fat. Yes. Do you know how many calories that is? 70,000 calories. I could eat 70 McDonald's hamburgers and not get that fat. Nick Cavazos, how did you do it? Unbelievable. And then he just posts this. He's like, yeah, man, watch me dominate you with my huge belly that I've been using with all that Patreon money and now the Pelican money. Like, what? What the heck? No way. This is fantastic. Oh, let's
A lot of depression. My generation coming into this world, it's very, very nihilistic. There's a lot of depression.
Yeah, there's a lot of depression going on right here. A lot of nihilism. Oh, I am suffering. I am suffering with all the nihilism. Well, the reason why we're making fun of this, by the way, is he was a runner in college. And he's like 28, 27 right now. And so he was like 140 pounds. He was really thin. And in about a year of content creation, oh boy, someone's content is being created. Could I just say that? Thank you, Nick.
There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of hopelessness.
But there is a lot of food in Trad Inc. Unbelievable. I know, Kennedy Hall literally sleeps whenever he's not talking. It's the funniest part ever. Now, in this clip, Dan is going to shame people for not putting their religious life first instead of doing their job, bettering mankind, putting food on the table, helping their fellow man, giving him food and shelter, building up the earthly kingdom. No, we can't do this earthly kingdom stuff. No, it's got to only be the grift. But he's going to say in the next video, which we will get to in a few minutes, it's not really a grift.
Show of hands in this room, have you ever been rejected because you're traditional?
Have you ever been rejected because you're traditional? Because you've been like, hey man, I'm going to serve a hamburger, but this has got to be a cross-shaped hamburger because I'm a trad? Hello? Like, whoa.
Okay, if you didn't raise your hand, you're not trying hard enough, God's disappointed.
Yeah, that's right. We at the privileged people who make over $1 million a year in disobeying our bishop, which means you, by the way, you're going to hell because now you can't get your sins forgiven. But you know, us people who believe that we can just disobey any bishop we want while still believing he's a real bishop can offer you to say, or can say that we're right. We are right. The bishop is wrong. And if you're not getting fired because you didn't do what we wanted you to do, you probably aren't trying. You're probably not even trying to be Catholic unless you got fired for being a Catholic. That is privilege. This is LeBron James level of privilege. Some of us just have normal jobs like cleaning toilets, like me. This is why I don't post every day. This is why I don't post for money. My job is cleaning toilets, and I help those men who need their toilets cleaned to be cleaned. In this clip, we should have a Catholic Daily Wire, aka you should give us money. By the way, there is a Sadie Vacantes Daily Wire. Father Zepeda runs it. Oh well. Who cares? We'll get
talking
to that
about it. I said, well, why don't
bit.
you just get more subscribers? He's like, well, that's great. And I'm like, no, seriously, can we do that?
Can we do that? Can we just get more subscribers? Can we just win? Can we just win? Can we just win? I think we can just win. Oh my goodness. Can we just win? Well, look at, we just won right now just by playing the wolf drop. That is the very definition of winning. We just say we won and then we won beyond our wildest dreams of winning. That is how we do at Sede Picante Plus. That's right, Sede Picante Plus. What's going on here? We'll tell you what's going on. Dan Savigny is here shaming people into not giving him millions of dollars.
Unbeknownst to me, there were lots of people that had thought about, we should have a Catholic Daily Wire.
Yes, we should just have a Catholic Daily Wire, which has millions of dollars backing it. We should just have millions of dollars. Well, why can't we just have millions of dollars? Have you ever thought about that? In this clip, Dan is the chosen of God, and only Dan has ever had the idea to start a platform. Even though Michael Vors literally did this, 5-6 years ago. There's been several of them that have come and gone.
Before. I thought it was my novel idea, like God from on high came down and said, Dan.
Yes. God from on high came and said, Dan.
And the reason I've been thinking about it is because I looked at the political world, I looked at...
So in this clip, we're done with the God from on high came and told me I should have millions of dollars, which was the last clip. In this clip, why are we doing this? Well, Kennedy Hall's going to say, well, I looked at the political world, and I was like, why the political world going so bad? Then I looked at the Protestant world, and I was like, why the Protestant world going so bad? I know what we need, Pious Pelican Plus. That's it, the PPP, the unbelievable.
Protestantism and so forth, and like-minded people in those worlds come together and make organizations that have a lot of influence.
Make organizations that have a lot of influence. The Pious Pelican Plus is an organization to make a lot of influence. It's not about getting you to heaven. It's not about doing, good for the external or the eternal kingdom. External kingdom, what's wrong with me? It's for making worldly power. Yes.
A lot of influence.
Yes, the church is primarily a group of lay people running a business for a lot of influence. Yeah. In this clip, Dan really thinks God wants him to make more money. We now it's the second time this has come up.
Great idea. I don't think it's going to work. Great idea. Let me know when it does work.
Great idea for making this Catholic Daily Wire and asking people for millions of dollars. Tell me when it works. Okay.
Great idea. Yeah. What I'm here to tell you is I truly believe that in 2025, I believe God's calling us more than ever.
God's calling us more than ever for someone to give me millions of dollars to start the Catholic Daily Wire. That is right. That's the whole thing. Huh? Join the Sede Picante Forum. Yes. If Dan shaved his beard, he would look like the viral guy all over X who saved his. To
advance. To march forward.
To advance. To march forward. To grift. To get money. To eBay. Why on earth is someone starting a forum? If John wants to start a forum and say that I started it, that's one thing. But what on earth is going on? Yes. In this clip, wouldn't it be great if Google and did all the work for us and then I could just sit down on my couch and do nothing? Wonder what this clip's about.
Wouldn't it be great if these huge companies supported the faith?
Wouldn't it be great if Google supported the faith? You see, when I go to Google, I think, why do I want you to tell me where things are and how to get things? I want you to support the faith. I don't want to, when I go to my drive out go to mass, I want my car to not actually take me anywhere. I want it to be like a flower garden doing pretty flower things. No, you idiot. You want your thing to do the thing it was made to do. That's why we call Google the search engine, to do the Google thing, namely searching the web.
We'd be excited to support what they're doing.
Why would we be excited to support what we're doing when we'd have to still tithe anyway because it's a moral duty? Like, my Catholic life isn't dependent upon what Amazon does. I mean, if Amazon just was like, oh, I just got everyone a Latin mass, then it'd be like, oh, thank you, Amazon. There's the Catholic Church, and then there's Amazon. Unbelievable. Like, what's even the point? Oh, by the way, everyone wears vests to hide their big fat bellies. In this clip, the boomer says, if you use AI to help yourself find things, you're probably going to hell or something.
We need a place that says, hey, we're going to be true to the faith. We're not going to bring in the AI.
We're not going to bring in AI. I know, like, you might have wanted to find the litany of mercy using AI, but we don't bring in AI. You got to look through every single thing. No Control F. None of these shortcuts like Zoom and stuff. Don't do it.
AI, voices. We're not going to try to make everything, really cringy, really cringy, really cringy. We need a place where we're done with the dopamine hit of how many views did I get?
We need you to sign up for our business to make money, but we're also done with the dopamine hit of how many views we get. But you're going to need the big dopamine hit of seeing my revenue. You can't be done with the dopamine. Oh, did I get views? Oh, no one makes money on views right now unless you got like 1 million views. So literally no one is talking about the views. Everyone is talking about the Patreon. Everyone's talking about the super chats and the super tips. And he's like, but we're not going to be talking about the views that, by the way, you get 800 views on average on your podcast. I'm this big millionaire guy with these institutions. You do twice as good as Sadie Picante. You're nothing. Anyway, join the Pious Pelican live team. This is the last of the Kennedy Hall clips. Yeah, super chats you can lose up to as much as 60 to 70%, but that's why you use super tips. Super tips they're in out of beta, they're in alpha right now, or they're out of alpha and they're in beta. I don't know which one there is. And they will give you 90% instead of 40% of the money. Yeah, right. Sadie Picante knows about this. Sadie Picante is in the know. Yes. Yes. Anyway, proof that Pious Pelican is a grift, and it's all about the virtue signaling, quote, how we run our business.
And not just in the church, but much has been lost in our societal ethics, the way we treat each other, right? The way we run our businesses and so forth.
The way we run our businesses? Did the Picante Forum have something to say? Why are they here? What are they doing? Or did he just want to manage my show from the actual studio? Right, so we got to talk about business, man. I'm a businessman. My business is give me money because I can't do anything for you. The Founders Club is our Kickstarter and definitely isn't a usury. Always throw in those trad buzzwords, the trad slop.
And the Founders Club is like our Kickstarter.
It is.
And what's important about that, though, is that has made it so we don't have to give in to usurious principles to finance this business.
I didn't know I had a Discord. Anyway, yeah, we don't have to get loans or anything because we've got a bunch of people just giving us straight money. So now we're not even committing usury. We don't even have to take out loans. But somehow, taking interest on a loan is worse. It is literally worse than selling the faith for money because my virtue signal. Usury is the most grave evil there is. I cannot stand usury. but just give us $5,000. Like, the dragon expects you to not give us $5,000 or $1,600 in the founders program. So you better do it. You can't let the dragon win. Am I right, guys? We covered this on the Silicast. By the way, these guys don't know about the Brave browser. The Brave browser lets you stream without ads. What? No way. But don't let your ignorance be the limit of what other people can possibly know.
And this is something we've all harped on, and I think this is something everybody feels. It's the advertisements that are...
Yeah, it's those advertisements, people trying to make money and sell products. Like, why are they selling products? It's so gay to sell products. Like, only faggots ever sell things to you. You should just be rich, young, and just get stuff for free, and then do something that you just tell people if they don't join you, they're bad Catholics. Yeah, essentially. Isn't this wonderful? Join the Pious Pelican, or if not, we'll shame you. Oh, did you not join the Pious Pelican? Bad Catholic. Oh, you crying because you're so bad? Wow, this is fantastic.
Everywhere. And not only they're annoying, I mean, in the sense that, if I'm wanting to sit down and watch a 2-hour history video or something, it's annoying to have 30 unskippable 2-minute ads in the middle.
30 unskippable 2-minute ads. Did you know Brave browser allows for Master Bowser to come on? What is this?
Korean ads.
What? No. Now I have these people dancing with pretzels and... Unbelievable. We did a whole show on this. What? Maybe we should actually find the part, John, that you need to... Anyway, yeah.
Love it.
Here Dan says PPP is a business.
It is a different business model.
A what?
It is a different business model.
What?
It is a different business model. It is a different business model. And really, we've made a decision to be a subscription-based business model. It is a different business model. And really, we've made a decision to be a subscription-based business model.
Isn't that wonderful? It is a business model, and they do have a business plan. But they chose, instead of free, pay what you want to pay first, get what you want second. Money first, God second. Money first, content second. Money first, accountability second. Otherwise, how would Nick Bongos be able to eat? You got to think about the food. Is it a different business model? Yes, it is. AI just told me those who live for power, pleasure, self-glorification, are ultimately covered by delusion. AI is... Brian, don't talk like that. We don't do that here. Augustine, no, Augustine, come on, we don't do that here. Give the gift of Pelican, the business practices. Oh, yes.
Give the gift of Pelican, which we'll be putting out as well. And let's be fully transparent here, because about our business practices.
Let's be fully transparent about our business practices. What?
And let's be fully transparent here, because about our business practices.
And then in this clip, Kennedy complains about money. What? This whole thing sounds like a business. I thought it was the faith and praying and saving souls.
When you are on YouTube, Substack has a different feel, but
Goodbye. Sir Messitic Edge Lord. What? Is this the daddy team? Are you gonna play it?
Could be you if you join the Sailor Picantes Plus. Or this could be you. I just want you to know. What team?
The daddy team.
This could be you guys. Join today.
You could be on the Sailor Picante daddy team. I hope my dad doesn't watch this episode. Eh? Well, I mean, and now, and thank you for that commercial, that advertisement, that Antichrist technology. By the way, they said that like 4 times in this video. Like, if you have advertisements that's Antichrist technology, it makes no sense to me, but yeah.
It's still part of the same Antichrist. I won't make you say it. You know,
Antichrist.
When you're part of those things, yeah, there are ways to support the creators. But you know who gets all the money?
That's true.
Yeah.
Super Tips gets all the money. 90% goes to the creator. It's ready. It's almost ready to launch now. It was supposed to launch last August, but freaking Melton from Nobody Likes Onions can't figure out how to get the program launched because he's a lazy jerk. Anyway, there are workarounds to this issue. You could Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Patreon. You don't have to do Super Tips or YouTube memberships. Oh no. Did you know YouTube takes all the money? Then go around it, but we can't do that. We don't know how to. We've never tried. Thanks, Kennedy Hall.
It's the big tech, you know, we all know what it is.
The big tech. We all know how it is. Why don't you make a business where the money that comes in goes to the company? So if I made a business to platform videos, and I was a company, and then those videos, they made money. And then wouldn't I make the money go to me? Oh, that's a novel idea. It's almost like YouTube is a normal business for normal people. Unbelievable.
Whereas with us, full disclosure, we do have a software cost and we pay to use the software.
They pay to use Satan's software. That is correct. They use the software of Antichrist. They said it first. So in context in the video, they were talking about Antichrist ads and stuff.
To an independent company, by the way, that has similar values.
That's right.
And then all of the money goes to the employees of the company.
What? All the money goes to the company? All the money takes in goes to the company's money thing? Like, who even does that? Except they got to pay taxes and merchant fees. So that's literally lying. I guess Kennedy Hall has actually never run a business before because he would know all the money doesn't go to you. Not even 90% of it does. Like, is he retarded? Does he? Where is this business located? Mars?
It's not going to, there's obviously going to be some indirect trickle down from servers and things. I mean, it's
no, not servers, merchant fees.
It's the internet.
What Kennedy is talking about here is if you do a YouTube super chat on an Apple device and only an Apple device, you only get 30%.
But no, it is not a, you click on the thing and the creator gets 30 and YouTube gets 70. It's nothing like that.
Only Apple, and there's a very particular reason. As Apple collects 20, YouTube collects 50, and the guy collects 30. It's something weird like that. But apparently, someone just threw out magic words, and Kennedy's like, oh, yeah, you get 70, 30, 70, 30. He doesn't even know. I don't even know if he even gets super chats.
There's no cut being taken from Patreon that goes to a platform that, yeah, they might let you be on there, but they might kick you off one day because they don't like what you think.
Yes, it is. Now, have trads told you that they're the only ones that should be allowed to have opinions yet? And free speech is only whenever trads talk because they're going to say something like, hey, look it. Oh, sorry, we already did that bit a while ago. Maybe after the EP segment. Just give me a second, John. Let's finish this off. There's only a minute and a half left. So what they're going to say right here is that Patreon is bad because evil people use Patreon. Did you know evil people breathe the same air as the rest of us? Like, I'm sorry, Zelensky right now is breathing oxygen on the earth, and I'm breathing oxygen. I don't even think I should be allowed to breathe oxygen if he's breathing oxygen, because then, like, that's two people breathing oxygen, and one's bad, and I don't like his opinions.
About climate change.
And they also let everybody else on there.
And they let everybody else.
Shouldn't be supported.
They let everybody else on there. What? Stop doxing me.
Exactly. Like this.
Yeah, they shouldn't let other people have opinions.
This is,
more on that later.
If we can use a colloquial term, this is like the anti-grift, quite frankly.
Yeah, quite frankly, giving Pelican tons of money is an anti-grift. What? Unbelievable. PP Plus is a legitimate business. It's not about money, and it's not about theology. I mean, no, wait. It's not about theology. It's all about money.
It's not about the money. It's about the mission that we have, which we're doing through this business.
Yes. It's about the mission we have through this business. Businesses exist to make money. Missions are not about making what?
And there is no...
Yes, it's an anti-grift because it's a legitimate business. That's what he's trying to say.
compromise on our morals.
Right.
You can stop that, John. In this clip, Kennedy says the intra-Catholic debates are a waste of time because heresy, I guess, doesn't matter anymore.
And it's not only a waste of time in, debates. It's a waste of time in who we associate with, who we do business with, and so on and so forth. Everyone at this table is just a Catholic.
Yes, everyone is just a Catholic because we're all friends doing business, including the Quas, who denies Vatican I. He Quas denied Vatican I and Quas explained that Pope St. Pius X was a bad pope because Pope St. Pius X decided to change the breviary. And Quas is like, I'm Quas apologizing that was a bad decision. Yes, we're all just Catholics here. So then why don't we have all the Catholics on the Pius Pelican Plus instead of this little group of Timothy Philander's friends? Like, which way is it going to be? That we got to either have everyone on it because everyone's a Catholic, or only our best friends on because our best friends are the only real Catholics. And remember, this is a business.
In what we can do as lay people, we can do business, we can do literature, we can do content creation, we can do all these things.
We can do business. We can do content creation.
We can do literature. We can do content creation.
We can
do all these things.
Unbelievable. I wanted to replay for those who got here late. I think we need to replay a little clip, and then I need to do a little interview while I go get another energy drink.
You get these red pill dudes that act like FAGs, and then on the other side, you get these Thomist dudes that are looking for Thomist women. You're like, what's wrong with you, bro? What is actually wrong with you? Go find any kind of woman who's attractive, who's like not, a purple-haired feminist, who's not vehemently opposed to Christ, and you will convert purple-haired feminist, purple-haired feminist, purple-haired feminist, purple-haired feminist, purple-haired feminist, purple-haired feminist, purple-haired feminist.
What? Who is this? What are you doing on my show?
Hi, Michael. Hi, Sam AP.
Are you Mike Pantale's mother wounds?
Yes, I am. He's letting me out.
Like massive amounts of depression and cope and going to a sanatorium because of you.
I'm currently playing the knife violin on my wrist.
Unbelievable. I think we need a sad song. Do we have a sad song somewhere?
Thank you. Thank you, Sandy P. Let me tell you, in all humility, how humble I am.
You sound like I can hear humility dripping off of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that people have finally indicated how humble I am. I was told by someone I was the most humble man, but I don't know if I can believe it.
You know, you're stunning and brave to even come out because of all the depression and the drugs and the depravity that you caused.
Have I told you about the tattoos yet? I had to de-enfranchise them. They were bound to McDonald's. Now I'm a Burger King.
Say no more. Well, that has been the Sayla Between show. And now, back to the normal show. Where's the banner? Get the media asset back to Sayla brand. No, yeah, here we go. Get off the screen. And now, the final segment of the show. Michael Matt loses his mind. Actually, Michael Matt, this is horny for Candace Owens. That's what's actually going on.
Christ the King. Candace Owens is in the news again.
What? Candace Owens again? Speaking of Costco chicken bakes, Candace Owens, what does that have to do with another thing? What? Speaking of Christ the King, Candace Owens is back in chat again. Like, what? How's that work? Oh, that's right. She made it her tagline to take a Catholic motto that had nothing to do with her, and then now she's the official spokeswoman of the Christ the King movement. Ooh, what? In this clip, I'm serious. Michael Matt pants. He lusts. He thirsts for the Owens, who's married. Oh, make it make sense to me.
So is it time for us to throw the world's #1 podcaster under the bus?
We're going to get more to this later, but he's going to keep repeating that she's the #1 podcaster. Check any American website for podcasting. You will never see her in #1. She's not even top 5. She's not even top 10 in most. One ranked her 29th. But we'll get to the one place that says she's the top. Oh, yes, we will. Have we talked about the Short Pilgrimage time to drink?
And finally, the Short Pilgrimage registration opens up again.
Yep, the Short Pilgrimage. We only clipped it once for this time. I think he mentioned it 3 times. It's like, Michael Short Pilgrimage Matt here, and I would like to talk to you about the Remnant Short Pilgrimage newspaper here, and I'm going to have a cup of water Short Pilgrimage, a cup of water. Oh, yeah. It's like, dude, man, why don't you just change your name to Short, because you're always going on a pilgrimage there. And now the opening line, and everyone but Michael Matt is living in a virtual reality. Yes, that is the way Michael Matt sees the world.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Michael Matt, and this is the Remnant Underground. You know, everybody these days is living in virtual reality.
Everyone.
That's just the way it is. That's the new world order, I guess, living online. And here's kind of a weird question. Have you ever dreamt about your screen? That screens apparently never appear in anyone's dreams.
So Google says no. Google says 2% of people do dreams about their screens. But like Michael Matt's like, I asked my wife and I asked my daughter and I asked myself, and that's like 90% of all the people in the world. And the rest of them go on the Short Pilgrimage. So like, of course, we all answered no, therefore it doesn't happen. You could ask Google. You know. Source for Candace Owens being #1 podcast in the world is the Hindustan Times. Yes. Michael Matt's source for Candace Owens being the #1 podcaster is India. New Delhi, India. Now, I would like to understand why the trads going to India to get their news sources?
And speaking of Candace Owens, Candace is in the news again this week. And I know everyone has very strong opinions about Candace Owens, how Candace should be doing her job. She's now #1 podcaster in the world, but
because the Indians say so. So she is. I'm gonna keep repeating this because I helped her grow to that #1 spot. Like I had her at the CRC #1 podcaster, like Crisis King. Money. Back to the show.
Are rushing to tell Candace Owens to kind of straighten up and do a better job. I get it.
Because she's a little nutty. In this clip, Michael Matt's going to say that, what if Owens is a lunatic? Why is she #1? How about that, haters? Did you know I also put her on the Catholic Identity Conference, guys? #1 in the world, guys. I guess.
I don't care where you come down on Candace. I got a question. Whether Candace Owens is infallible or not in all the different things she's investigating right now.
Whether she's infallible or not? How about whether she has more than 3 brain cells and just repeats everything she reads online? Guys, did you know 9/11 just might have been an inside job, maybe? Yeah, we were saying that 15 years before you started saying that, Candace. Congratulations. You're behind on everything. You know Macron's wife? I'm really interested in her genitalia for some reason. Can I lift the skirt up Macron's wife? I want to look because that's the only thing I have. No. But wouldn't it be really funny if Serena and Venus Williams both took testosterone? And so they kind of develop masculine features, so they might be men? Where's the money? Why isn't the money just coming in? I'm saying random bullshit too. It's yeah, people say random stuff.
Whether she's right in every case or not, every time or not, here's the thing. Why does she have the #1 podcast in the world right now if, as her critics say, she's a complete lunatic?
Why is she the #1 in the world, even though we already know she's not? Maybe lunacy is funny. Did you know that Gangnam Style was the #1 song? It must have been written by Beethoven because #1 in the whole world was Psy from South Korea in his 7th album or something, way late in his career. And he was like, Gangnam Style. Oh. And they were like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest song of all time. It was 1,000 times better than anything Beethoven wrote because it was the #1 in the world, guys. Does Michael Matt realize how retarded he is? It hit the #1. Did you know Trump is the most powerful person in the world? Therefore, he's just the best person in the world. Yeah. Weird simp. Yeah, we can get to a wolf track at the end of this clip. Come on, we got another minute to go. In this next clip, because she gets the attention, that means she's very good and stuff. Yeah, she's very important and good because she gets attention.
What's going on here? I mean, the woman has launched herself into international superstardom, attracting the attention of presidents and kings and popes and everyone, right?
Yeah. Did you know the most viral video in the world is Baby Shark? I guess Baby Shark, since it probably got attention to popes, presidents, and kings, because, it was everywhere. It was 16 plus billion, not 16 million, 16 billion plus hits. That means something? Hey, did you know that 1 billion people were served at McDonald's? Unbelievable. That's they solved world hunger. There's no more hunger in the whole world. Excuse me.
And it all started when she proclaimed what? Oh, the kingship of Christ. That's right.
It all started when she said the line that I liked. It wasn't that she was a thing already with Gamergate. No, that couldn't have been it. Oh, it started way back there. And maybe she's actually a double agent working for the deep state, but we can't believe that because she said Christ is king, therefore, like, that's only good people have ever said this. Not even the fact that all the Christians, all the Protestants can say that because they do believe Christ is a king. And now that has made the social reign of Jesus Christ into a point of cultural slander and antagonism. So whenever anybody says that Catholic line, now it's, oh, look at the bad bigot. So in far from it helping the Catholic Church, it actually painted a target on traditional Catholics to say, we're the bigots, we're the bad people, let's attack them. That's why they made a very deliberate attempt to associate racism and bigotry with the kingship of Christ. That's why they did that. Thanks, Michael Matt. Thank you. Where's all that clip? No, I only have the get over yourself clip. I don't have the religious hippie thank you clip. I mean, this is the most self-abusive thing in the world. The deep state set this whole narrative up, and it's already there now. It's present in the world. And then we're like, oh, but I like it, so it must be good. Yep. That's what she started with. There's a lot to say about this particular line of thought.
Why aren't they listening to the Republican Party elite? Why aren't they?
Haven't been listening to Republican Party elite for over 50 years. Like, he wants to make these big, grandiose comparisons, but he's got nothing. By the way, Nick Fuentes is also wildly popular, and he's blasphemed the Holy Spirit before. Okay, so it's like, maybe chill it with these what guys you're watching. Like, he's like my dad. So sometimes my dad, he's like, do you know about this person on social media? And I'm like, or? And that's the end of the conversation, because I don't want to hear, I mean, this guy does stuff on social media. You're like, yes, Michael Matt, you're a boomer. Someone put him to bed, please.
Listening to Turning Point USA as much? Why aren't they listening to the folks with the big bucks over at Heritage Foundation? And
the people with the big bucks don't need the views. They've got the big bucks. When you have $100 million donors, your views don't actually matter. You can actually put your finger on the scales. Now it's reverse world. Now the only thing that matters is if your podcast gets 3 million downloads. That's the only thing that matters. If Candace Owens was such a good friend of the faith, why doesn't she have Michael Matt on? You ever think about that? He had her on. Shouldn't she have him on?
PC.
Those people don't need viewers. I just said that.
And I wonder if maybe it does have literally something to do with the fact that Candace Owens, first of all, proclaims Christ is king.
Candace Owens used a generic Christian slogan, which has now been associated with white nationalism. Okay, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she's so great. That a newspaper in India thinks she's the greatest thing in the world. Okay.
And then compares all the crazy going on in the world right now, culturally, in the church, in the state, right? Compares all of that.
All of that which has been going on for 50 years and has been pointed out countless times. Remember the John Birch Society? Massively more. It was way ahead of its time, and it said everything Candace Owens has already said 50 years ago, but oh no.
To the social kingdom of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, maybe if you just say like slogans, and then like what actually causes everything is the slogans, and like tax the rich. The Democrats who say that's like a slogan. End the Fed with Ron Paul, that's like a slogan. America First with Murray Rothbard in the 80s, and then taken up by Ronald Reagan, and then taken up by Donald Trump. Slogan. I mean, Christ is King, a slogan. This is all anti-establishmentism, all of it. And Nick Fuentes is also anti-establishmentism. So all Nick Fuentes has to say is Christ is king. Then all of a sudden, Michael will be like, wow, do you see him getting views? He got views and got to go on Tucker Carlson because he said the slogan. Like, hello? Where's the parental guidance for Michael Matt? But it's not done yet. It's going to get worse.
Ladies and gentlemen, Candace Owens.
He even plays clips from the CIC where he's like, Candace Owens, the greatest woman of all time. If you've ever watched that clip, Candace Owens is retarded. She's literally the brain of a 16-year-old girl who says a few edgy things. Wow. Give me a hug. Can I be on your show too? Now, he played that garbage interview where Candace Owens pretty much talked about nothing for an hour. Well, we've reviewed it. I've deleted it since, but the too long did not read of this Candace Owens talk was Candace Owens is an airhead. There you go. But Michael Matt can't see this because all he sees is big numbers. Biggest podcast in the world.
If you really want to know what's going on in the world, you're being propagandized to believe it's this country versus this country.
And the space aliens and the interdimensional elves with the demons. Yes. It is just a black version of Alex Jones, but a woman who looks like your mom. Yes.
It's very simple. It's always been a war against Christ.
When the war was on Bitcoin, it was actually the war on Christ. When the war was on gold, it was actually the war on Christ. When the war was on silver, it was actually the war on Christ. When the English and the Spanish were fighting, it was actually the war on Christ. When you reduce everything down to a slogan, you've made that slogan a meaningless statement. Thank you for neutering the culture and And this is the kind of stuff that just drives me nuts. I can't stand it. I want to just go in there and just give them what for. Because you've ruined the religion. You've polluted it. You've profaned it. You've desanctified it. You've made it just another plaything of those people that we don't like, that everyone really doesn't like. Because they're all jerks. No. John is dumb. John is dumb. Unbelievable. We could not believe how dumb John is. Oh, John is dumb. Why is John dumb? No one knows. So why are we telling us to stay? I don't know. John, stop taking over my show. And now, back to the show. We only have 3 minutes and 18 seconds and 5 minutes left. This is a long one. Maybe you just want to stop the show right now and pick it up tomorrow. We're an hour and 32 minutes in. In this clip, Ecumenical Matt doesn't remember the truth is a two-edged sword that cuts all who touch it.
Or on Catholic tradition. You see, it affects all of us, friends.
Excuse me, the war on Catholic tradition affects all of us.
I hate that. It's like part of the polarizing thing, which we're going to discuss here in a minute about the internet, is that everybody seems like you bring up something like the Latin Mass and you're attacking someone else's tribe who doesn't have the Latin Mass, or
if you bring up the Latin Mass, you're attacking someone else's tribe who doesn't have the Latin Mass. Keep this in mind.
Attacking someone who doesn't understand those arguments. That is so far from the truth of what we're trying to do.
It is so far from the truth of what we're trying to do. We're not saying that the people who do not have the Latin Mass are not on the team. That's what he's trying to say. Yeah. If the TLM isn't the truth, then it isn't the most important thing. If it is the truth, then everything else must go.
And the traditional Mass is the touchstone of our faith. So
the traditional Mass is the touchstone of our faith. He says it 30 seconds later. I thought it was we're not attacking everyone who doesn't have the traditional Mass, and then followed by, if you don't have the traditional Mass, like, what do you have? Like, he literally just goes in this brain fart crash out retardation mode for a whole 5 minutes.
If we're trying to be warriors, soldiers of Jesus Christ, we have to understand that touchstone. We have to have that touchstone. We have to unite around it, right?
We have to unite around the touchstone. But if you don't have a Latin Mass, we're not trying to attack those people who don't have the Latin Mass, but you have to have the Latin Mass to unite. Which is it going to be? This sounds like a little more. Sorry, I really like that lit song. It's really good. Anyway, yeah, let's get back to the video. Oh, now it's essential, but then it's not essential. Now it's going to be essential next clip, but now you don't have to believe in it. Okay. In this clip, always remember to blame social media because it allows non-Michael Matt voices to speak. Do you remember Kwasniewski from 2 clips ago saying, the problem with Patreon is that it allows the people who have the opposite position to speak. Oh, free speech is the trads get to talk and everybody else shut up. That's what free speech is to the trads. Not the truth, just the trads get to talk.
Social media is obviously playing a big part in it. I think social media is changing us. It's almost transhumanizing us. But for sure, it's tearing us apart.
For sure, social media is tearing us apart. As we're currently interacting on social media is tearing us apart. I thought social media was a weapon and a tool that we could all use, and sometimes we get to use it, and it's fantastic.
It is tearing us apart right now.
Yeah, it is tearing. Everyone's already been torn apart. There aren't even people left. They've been completely disemboweled by social media because boomers don't know how to use technology. Okay.
There is a bizarre circular firing squad in which way too many of us.
There's a bizarre circular firing squad. Was the firing squad the people who have the TLM or don't have the TLM, or the people who disagree you have to have the TLM, or the TLM is the touchstone, or the TLM doesn't have to be the touchstone? Which is it?
Spend too much time shooting at each other instead of as I said last time, the enemies, the people who
the guy who canceled Vigano, the guy who's scrubbed Chris Jackson out of his website, is complaining that people are firing at other people. The guy who's literally firing at other trads is complaining that people are firing at trads? Is that what I'm hearing? Because, Chris Jackson was DMing me a bit, and he's like, yeah, this guy pretty much is a big fat turncoat. And Nova Sorta Watch said the same thing. Because sometimes the trads do text each other, which is really funny that they sometimes include me in it. But anyway, it's like, Michael Matt, you're literally doing what you criticize other people for. Interesting.
really truly hate Christ. That's where the emphasis should be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's compare this. We should fire at the people who really truly hate Christ, not each other.
You bring up something like the Latin Mass and you're attacking someone else's tribe who doesn't have the Latin Mass, or you're attacking someone who doesn't understand those arguments. That is so far from the truth of what we're trying to do.
So bring up the Latin Mass, which offends people. That's not what we're trying to do. But is the effect of what happens, because the truth divides. So either the traditional Latin Mass is the touchstone, the standard by which we judge things, or it's not.
We have to understand that touchstone. We have to have that touchstone. We have to unite around it, right?
Yeah. In this clip, you don't have to be a narcissist to say at the Latin Mass. But Michael Matt is a narcissist who believes his voice is the voice that God wants everyone to hear. Okay.
And so I would say, once again, the Latin Mass comes to the rescue because it's like a crucifix.
What about the people who don't have the Latin Mass that you were just complaining about, saying, like, they don't understand the argument, they don't understand why we need it, like, it causes this division. Like, now the Latin Mass solves the problem. So the people who are upset that we're making fun of them for not having a Latin Mass are in fact wrong then, because the Latin Mass solves the social media circular firing squad of traditionalists, right?
Because it's like a crucifix to the online vampirism that we're all dealing with right now. Because you don't get to do that sort of thing. You don't get to be a narcissist at the Latin Mass.
Someone forgot to write in the note.
You are silent. You are anonymous. You're humble. You're penitent. You're on your knees, and you're allowing someone who deserves and who has earned the right to lead you from the altar.
But Michael Matt is currently the one leading us. So why are Michael Matt pretending he's the priest? Because we got to be honest with ourselves and all content creators, myself included. Every time you have a microphone, you're leading. You're in the position of power. You're in the position of dominance. You're the one calling the shots. Then all of a sudden, Mama's like, I'm not calling anything. I'm just saying what's true, and it's what's true that matters. Well, then get out of the way. Turn off your camera. Instead of making this big, long, just like Mike Pantile, man, oh, I've got these wounds, man. Let me tell you about my wounds. Oh, these people.
The priest.
Didn't Michael Matt just say that social media, which is what videos are now, is Christophobic? So aren't all the content that's visually done now Christophobic? Trads firing at other trads in the vampiric social media world.
This virtual living that we're doing, this demonic new order that we're
this virtual world we are living, him included, this stream included,
doing, which is Christophobic.
It is Christophobic now? Why is the world Christophobic? Is it because the world doesn't listen to Michael Matt? What's going on here?
So many ways, psychologically damaging in so many ways.
It's psychologically damaging to be on social media because it's vampiric and Christophobic, which includes him and myself. And it applies to everyone who is not named Michael Matt, who is in the circular firing squad of shooting at people. I think Michael Matt had a meltdown and crashed out super hard, and he's just trying to get away from the fact that he got a crash out.
So we have this crazy sort of, like, as I say, this circular firing squad, mutual assured destruction for everything and everyone.
Mutual assured destruction. Because we're not all cheering behind Candace Owens for being a high-ranking podcaster, but when you were 5 years ago inviting all of the major trad figures to your CSI and then canceling them when you got big enough, who's the one doing the circular fire squad, Mr. Matt? I think that would be you big hypocrite.
But we disagree with.
Why the trads bought into the whole Candace Owens things and the gender of Macron's friend is a sign that Candace Owens is just another version of Alex Jones. It's all hype. It's all gossip. It's all drama. It's all lunacy. It's all lolcows. It's what we live for in the slop modern world. Why does Michael Matt buy into this hook, line, and stinker? Because it makes him money? He hasn't figured out that you can just tell the truth without going into Macron's pants? Like Kevin Davis can't figure this out. A lot of people cannot figure out, well, I know economic policy is black and white, but what's the gender of Trump's kids? How many wives does Trump have? How many women does Trump committed adultery with? Why do we care? He's an adulterer. How about we just stick to the black and white, the true and false, the Latin mass, the non-Latin mass, the modernist, the revolution? Because Candace Owens muddies the whole thing up. Thanks, Michael Matt, for bringing in the enemy into our camp and trying to make money off of it.
That she's up against, that we're all up against right now, are more than just insane. They're mostly in league with the forces of hell.
The people we're up against are in league with the forces of hell, the same people who control the social media that controls the vampiric, satanic, Christophobic, trad circular firing squad of people that don't shut up and obey Michael Matt.
Itself. So what I would say in the case of somebody like a Candace Owens is maybe we should just let the woman do her thing.
Maybe we should let the insane freak do her thing. Maybe we should just have nothing to do with her. Oh, wait, you can't. You can't, Michael Matt, because you invited her to your big event. You give her a platform in hopes that it would get you some kickback because it's a big name. It's all about the money. It's all about the world. It's all about reality. It's all about making some noise, making sure his click stays up, that when he's putting it down, Tuck's picking it up. Who is he anyway? He doesn't even talk much. Oh, wait. No, I've been listening to that song too much. Anyway.
If she's wrong, she'll be exposed in good time, and her podcast will no longer be the #1 podcast in the world.
Except it's never been. If she's wrong, she'll be exposed. Just like Michael Matt was exposed for being a backstabbing, thieving, lying, traitors, fake trad, fake Catholic, enemy of God, enemy of everything that is good in the world, and enemy of our Lord and Savior.
It will crash and burn.
Oh, we'll just crash and burn. Or we could just not be retarded, and then we don't have to wait for it to crash and burn. All right, last clips. 5 minutes left. We should be done at 2 hours. This is unbelievably long. Honestly, I have no idea what Matt believes anymore. Part 3.
What do we believe? How strong is this thing? How powerful is God? Right? And so we're starting to be seduced a little bit and intimidated.
Yes. What he literally found one. If you type in Candace Owens is the #1 podcast, Google brought me to a website from New Delhi, India, which claimed she had 3.6 million downloads on her podcast per episode, which is slightly higher than the second one, which was 3.3, and Joe Rogan was 2.3. As far as actual size and reach, I think all the American websites put Joe Rogan as first or second. And they put her somewhere between 29th and 9th. So things have to be weighed a certain way. So he's just doing absolute numbers because absolute numbers suddenly works. And also, Candace Owens has been talking a lot of crap lately. So then, talk a lot of crap, get a lot of attention. I'm the #1 in the world. Christ is king, #1 in the world. Da, 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 da. It's like, what the heck is going on?
And terrified by the revolution. They're unwilling now to kind of stand up, friends, and be losers.
We have to stand up and be losers like the martyrs. He doesn't say this once, by the way. He says this several times. The martyrs are all losers because we got to stand up and be losers. Demonic much?
For Jesus Christ. That's what the martyrs did, all the way down to the little martyrs in the Colosseum.
Yeah, that's what the martyrs did. They were losers. I'm not sure, what his point is sometimes. I'm running a newspaper. We gotta go be losers. The frick? Apparently, being a saint makes you a loser.
They were willing to be little losers for Christ.
They were willing to be little losers for Christ. I thought they were conquering their bodies with the palm of martyrdom, which is a special grace that God only gives to some people. You don't just get to be a martyr. St. Francis of Assisi was like, I'm going to go become a martyr. And then God's like, no, you're not given that grace. Only some people get to that grace. They're an elite class of people. They're not like you and me.
Which is why we're still telling a story, which is why history was changed, because of their faith, which inspired their courage. And they changed the world.
So if they changed the world, why are they losers? Do you remember when Matt was saying that he wants a seat at the table in Rome? He was saying that the last time we reviewed him, guys, I know what I'm doing. I've got a plan. And this plan is about a seat at the table. And I'm there in Rome. Now he says, we don't need a seat at the table. We'll never be able to be able to actually change the system. It's pretty much all lost. Yeah, I'm serious. He literally reverses everything he says week to week. That's how psycho this man is. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's all this retarded stream of consciousness. Did people get mad at me on Twitter today? This guy is running like he's on drugs or something. Maybe he was talking to Mike Pantile. Mike, get him on those anti-depression drugs. Mike, we got to help this man. We got to help this man.
We're not going to vote our way out of this. We're not going to MAGA our way out of this either.
Wait, we're not going to vote our way out of this. We're not going to MAGA our way out of this. Even though before he was like, we got to get like just one cardinal to listen to us at Rome.
We have to understand this. It's because Trump is standing with us. Because Trump is standing with pro-family Americans. Because Trump is pro-America. Because Trump is pro-life. And maybe, just maybe, since we ran God out of our schools and out of this country, it might have something to do with the fact that Donald Trump is pro-God.
Trump is pro-God. We're not going to vote our way out of this. We're not going to MAGA our way out of this. Like, I need to go back to the beginning of this clip now.
Change the world.
Okay, it'll be the next part.
We're not going to vote our way out of this. We're not going to MAGA our way out of this either.
Huh. So does Michael Matt just live around contradicting himself the whole time? Is Michael Matt just a routine liar? Is that what the trads actually are? Just routine people abusing liars? Huh. How about that? Huh.
We have to return to the social kingship of Jesus Christ. We have to return to our roots, to our identity as Christians, to the things like the Latin Mass and the Rosary and everything that worked for 1,000 years, because nothing they're doing right now is working.
Nothing we're doing is working except the return to what was before, even though when we go back in time just 5 years, you were literally saying the exact opposite of this position. So are you saying that everything's not working now because God has abandoned everything now because it's anti-God right now? The whole Novus Ordo religion is anti-God, right? And always remember, we are victims.
And so we are the victims of controlled opposition, increasingly of controlled opposition.
Yeah. Exactly. But Candace Owens isn't controlled opposition because she said a slogan and came to my event and she's got a big podcast, right? Do you see how this works? If it gives me money, it's true. If it doesn't, oh, then it's wrong. This is all bullshit. Like, I don't understand traditionalists. I'm a libertarian, I'm a leftist. But a lot of these right-wing people, like even Matt TLM, they haven't like really imbibed just how much BS there is in those right-wing grifters. They change their position all the time. Oh, Leo's the Pope. Oh, I don't know if Leo's the Pope. Maybe you wanted to think about that before you accepted him as the real Pope. Oh, well, let's continue on. We're almost done. We're the good guys. I thought the conservatives were the good guys. Now the conservatives aren't, and Trump was the good guy, but now he's not. So Cardinal Mueller was the good guy. I wonder if he still is. Bishop Strickland, he was a good guy. Like, what's going on here?
We're supposed to be the good guys. We're supposed to be the ones who are building a social kingship of Jesus Christ, who are proclaiming that, building Christendom back up to become the true good guys who will fight against the evil like abortion and gay marriage and everything else the conservatives have completely bought into now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm a Sadie and Cap. Because all the other people turned out to be big fat liars. Maybe you shouldn't have been stumping for Trump in every single time that Trump ran for office. Like, wow. Maybe, you big old fart, you could have learned what a lot of people learned in their 20s. In this clip, now the truth is something isn't something in itself. It's a mean between extremes. So what he's going to do in this video is he's going to go just Aristotelianism. And I'm not sure what his point is. I know what he's trying to say. He's trying to say is we shouldn't be extreme like a Sede on one side or a Novus Ordo on the other. We should be in the middle. Even though I think Sedevacantism is the middle position. So it's like, whatever you want, you just say, I'm the responsible adult. I'm the adult in the room. That's what the trads do. I'm the adult.
So yes, question everything.
Yes, question everything, okay?
You're being told. Question everyone who's telling you what you're being told. Question it all. And recognize that the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, the truth is somewhere in the middle. Question everything. Now, in this clip, this is where he gets into the Aristotelian philosophy. By the way, Aristotelian's philosophy is the mean between extremes has to do with the process of living, not the nature of truth. Aristotle's examples was it's bravery to fight a battle that's going to win. It's stupidity to fight a battle that you're going to lose. It's cowardice to run from a battle that you're going to win. Truth and this mean between extremes, the virtue, a little bit different here.
Aristotle's philosophy is great. One of his great, the tenets of his life, in medio stat virtus, right? Which means in the middle stands virtue. So on the internets, when you say something like that, favorably, people are going to say, you're a fence sitter, man. In the middle stands virtue. No, I say it like it is.
I say it like it is. Yeah. And he's mad. This is probably aimed at Chris Jackson, by the way. I say it like it is. Leo is attacking the Blessed Virgin through Tuccio. That's saying it like it is. Being like, hey, I think we need to nuke Italy, that's the extreme. The other extreme is there's nothing wrong. The middle position is Leo is attacking the Blessed Virgin. Catholics don't attack the Blessed Virgin, ergo he's not a Catholic. But Michael Matt is livid. I love this impression he does of a Southerner, I guess, because he's racist. He's a Northerner and he's racist against Southern people.
On the internets, when you say something like that, favorably, people are going to say, you're a fence sitter, man. In the middle stands virtue. No, I say it like it is.
I say it like it is, man. That's what I would do. In this clip, I guess the Pope isn't invincible and has been removed. He will say the Pope is removed, I think. But we need to stick together with everyone because we're ecumenical now. Ecumenical Matt.
And so to do this, to accomplish this at a time when the shepherd has been struck.
The shepherd has been struck? Huh, that sounds like sedevacantism.
When the church is a mess, Vatican and chaos, right? To do that, we need the help of each other. We try to stick together with people who are keeping the faith. Stand with the children of light. Don't anathematize them. Don't rip their faces off.
Yeah, don't fight other people. Only fight the bad people. The reason why they go after this stuff is it's the slow gaslighting into the dividing people between the people who are serious enough about the faith to jump off and the people who will be suppressed. Because there's always going to be a big group of people who it's just not time yet to jump off the Novus Ordo boat. And they'll keep taking it. And they'll keep taking it. And they'll keep taking it. And so you attack the TLM, and the Novus Orders are going to keep going. The Novus Orders are going to keep believing the faith. The Novus Orders are going to be there's a pretty far, man, but I don't know yet. I just don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. And that's all it is. That's what Traditionis Custodes was. Some people are like, that's impossible, that he can't remove the Latin Mass. And then he did. And then those people still went to Mass. They still, he's the Pope. So either he was the Pope and it was always fine, or that was not fine, therefore he's not the Pope. But some people, they will just take it. Just like with Trump. Can you imagine yourself voting 3 times for a public adulterer as a Catholic and saying this guy believes in God and he's on our side? I mean, if that's true, then Voice of Reason should be allowed to come back. They have no grounds on which to cancel Voice of Reason. That's just wrong. Voice of Reason only slept with 4 women. Trump has slept with a lot more than 4 women. And then he's on God's side. He's with us. He's pro-life. Like, what are we doing here? In this clip, I can only assume Michael Matt is threatening people to not think for themselves and to let Michael Matt do their thinking for them.
Because we're dangerously close, friends. And you've all felt this. We're dangerously close to the kind of mobocracy that brought down the French monarchy, that beheaded the Catholic kings and queens of Catholic countries in Europe, the Freemasonic Revolution is good at mobocracy, turning us into an unruly mob. We even have the thumbs up and thumbs down, don't we? So it's all about online, thumbs up, thumbs down.
We're becoming a mob because we all don't agree with Michael Matt. Yeah, that's what he just meant to say. We're becoming an online trad, fire circling French Revolution, Antichrist, blah, blah, 666, the aliens from are coming, because we all don't agree with Michael Matt. I mean, that's really what his show's about.
So yes, question everything.
So yes, question everything. What? What? See, he keeps contradicting. He's lost his mind. He's literally insane, contradicting himself every few minutes. Compare this clip with where Michael Matt says the F word. What? Yeah, he's going to say the F word. Buckle up, kids.
You caution a little bit of understanding and patience and charity with people with whom you disagree, and you're called a fence sitter and a coward and a faggot.
Oh, you're called names. How dare you call names? I'm Michael Matt.
Yeah, say it like it is.
Say it like it is. We are only, okay, there's only going to be like 2 or 3 minutes after this. Good night, Christine. Thank you so much for being here. He is mad at people who disagree with him on the internet. Now, here's another clip from a show I sometimes watch called Nobody Likes Onions. It's a very vulgar show, and I do not recommend it to anyone, but I thought he made a good point here.
The internet is everyone thinking everything at all times. Yes. Oh, I'm just supposed to let this guy be in my chat room with his opinion? Yeah. But he's wrong. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. Who cares? I need to change everyone's mind. I need everyone to, I gotta set it straight. You'll go blind. You'll make yourself cuckoo.
Yes. If you try to win every battle, you will make yourself cuckoo. But if you disagree with Michael Matt, you're probably uncharity and you're probably satanic French Revolution. Oh, thumbs up, thumbs down, you're gonna die. Oh. So.
And the only ones that win when we do that, the revolutionaries themselves.
The only ones that win when we don't all agree with each other? The revolutionaries themselves. Excuse me? I thought that literally I can go onto the internet right now, type in an opinion, and half of everybody who looks at it won't agree with it. Like, this happens. I'm a Sede, 2 Sedes. They don't all agree. They mostly don't agree. That's the only fun part of the internet, is when people don't agree. Then I might be wrong about something. Oh, I guess someone agrees with me. Nothing learned. But when we disagree with each other, then the revolutionaries win. Sorry, Mr. Matt, you ain't no leader.
Because we forgot charity. That charity is the most important thing of all. That comes first.
Yeah, which is why you canceled people. Yes, Michael Matt, you cancel people because you have a bigger platform. So you get to doctor up everything, cancel them. You get to be the gatekeeper. And then you cry charity whenever people disagree.
And then, as I say, in the end, if we let this continue, we become the very thing that we set out to oppose. We become them.
Yes. Michael Matt is cuckoo nuts. I really like K-pop too much. Well, that was the show today. That was about 2 hours. What? Way too much content. Way too much show. We'll see. I don't know if we're having a show next week. Next Thursday's Christmas. The best day of the entire year. Unbelievable. Christmas? Maybe we have Christmas picante, but maybe we won't because we might have like family over and like be a human being. Who knows? Anyway, oh yeah, we have Salacast is live. Salacast is live? Unbelievable. Well, I'm going to go hop over to Salacast. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to pray your rosaries, preferably before watching this show, so you can just go watch Salacast afterwards. God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas and a good Advent and all that jazz. And I'll be seeing you around. Sede Picante out in the stream, and the stream, and the